Friday.
Woo-hoo, it's Friday.
Happy Friday. I hope y'all are having a great Friday. I'm glad to see y'all today. I am glad it's Friday.
I'm probably going to be working this weekend, so.
So anyways, y'all, happy Friday. Today we are doing our grand prize giveaway, and we're just going to have a little bit of sort of story time. We're just going to kind of do a little reminiscing and talk about the past 5 years a little bit and ask questions that y'all might have about the past 5 years, and just have a little fun and just kind of hang out and chat for a little bit. And then at 3:30, we're going to do the giveaway. Sometime around 3:30, it might be a little bit after. But we're going to do the grand prize giveaway and pick a winner for that. And don't forget, we also have a giveaway for this live as well, a smaller one. So there's 2 giveaways today. So come on in, say hello, let us know you're watching. Hopefully everyone's having a great day.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Dale. Hello, Anita. Hey, Teresa. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Cheryl. Hey, Deborah. Hello, Gina. Hi, Jamie. Hey, Kim and Danae and Cindy and Sandy. Hey, Jezelyn. Teresa says, love both of your blouses. They are beautiful. Hi, Tammy. Hey, Lori. Mom's actually wearing a dress.
I'm wearing a dress today. It's very cool and comfy.
She and I kind of coordinate.
It's got lots of room in it.
We didn't intend to coordinate.
No, but we kind of do.
Although my pants do not coordinate.
No, we
at
definitely
all,
are clashing there.
Yeah.
But I was thinking when I stood here a while ago, I thought, we kind of coordinate.
We do. The top half.
And naturally, Facebook does not continually send in.
Hey, Tina.
Text.
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Gloria. Anita says it's been a good day so far. Hey, Michelle. Gina Turner says, Mama Cindy, you look so cute, so bright and sunny. Hi, Donna. Hey, Savannah. Hi, Debbie. Thank you, Cheryl. Cindy says those bright colors look beautiful on you. Cindy. Hello, Lori.
I'm definitely a bright colored kind of girl, for sure. I don't think y'all knew that.
That's what she loves, for sure.
What I love.
Yeah, festive colors.
I do like muted colors too, but my personality is definitely the brighter colors.
Oh. All right. So, we're giving away today during this live a hot glue gun, a silicone mat, and a pack of 10 glue sticks to go with the hot glue gun. So, during this live, you need to just be commenting away, ask questions about, the past 5 years. We'll answer questions during this live. We'll try and keep an eye on the comments as best we can. And at the end, we'll give away these items right here, okay? So the more comments you have, the more entries you have.
Yes.
And then at 3:30, we're going to be giving away our grand prize. And our grand prize winner gets to choose from a Fiskars paper cutter, the rotary paper cutter that's 12 by 12, and a 6-month craft paper subscription. The 36 by 24 inch glass craft mat, and an HP inkjet printer and a 6-month craft paper subscription. So those are the 3 prizes our grand prize winner will get to choose from.
Yes. So whoever wins, send us an email or a Facebook message with what you would like to have. Or you can comment on here. I'm sure most of you that have been participating already know what you want.
You already know which one you choose, I'm sure. Although I have had some say that they'd be happy with any of them.
Yes. So there is that. I think if I didn't have any of these products, I would definitely go for the mat. Yeah. If I had a space for it, and I do, but I already have one. I think that's what I would go for.
If I did not have a printer, I would go for the printer.
Really?
Sure. Oh, yeah. And that's one reason why we wanted to offer that, because a lot of you have said, I don't have a printer. I don't have a printer, because we offer the craft paper subscription. And a lot of times we do offer some freebies, and we have papers on our website that you can buy digitals of. And so you got to have a printer to do all that. So the printer will be really great. So we do have a question here from Dee Dee. And she says, so do you make enough money to pay all of your ladies and have a profit? Hopefully that's not too personal.
There's a yes and a no in there.
Yep.
There's a yes and a no.
Well, first of all, some of our ladies are volunteer. Essentially, 2 of them are volunteer.
Yes.
At one point, Trisha was not. We did pay Trisha at one point. We don't pay Trisha anymore, only like a teeny tiny little bit.
Yeah.
And they're both volunteer, mostly because they're mom's best friends and they want to be a part.
And they're in a financial position,
yes,
to not need a regular paycheck.
Right. Yeah.
You know, if we paid them, and at some point we hope we can, it would be their mad money, or they turn around and donate it to charity. Who knows? But
yeah, they don't.
They're not really in a position to need it.
Right. And so they want to be a part of this.
Yes.
And so therefore they want to participate. So
yes,
they donate their time. Now we do pay Annette, and yes, we still do have money left over for profit, as you say.
However, most of the profit goes back into the business, buying product, making improvements, buying 3D printers. We've not really gotten to that point yet where Kayla and I make very much money. I'm going to fill in that transparency. And, you know, it is a desire every year that the Celebration Company gets to the point where we can get a raise. Because, yeah, you can read between the lines there.
It's not a ton of money, and it's not easy. We'll say that.
It is not.
Did you have one that you saw?
Cheryl, our friend from the cruise, who I adopted as my grandmother. Were you an art major in college?
I didn't go to college. I had planned to, when I was a senior, or, you know, late in high school, even early on, I wanted to be an interior designer. And that was the plan. Andrew and I started dating my senior year, I believe. Yeah, we started dating my senior year and fell in love, of course. And he proposed to me in November the next year. So, 6 months or so, less than that, after I had graduated. And we just kind of knew, because we, fell in love and everything. It just sort of changed everything for me. Andrew was in school, and he was going to school to be a biomedical engineer. And so at that time, I really wasn't ready to go at all. And so I decided I would wait. And just as time went on, I didn't want to do it anymore. That desire completely left. I worked at a store when we lived in Ohio. That was a high-end furniture store, and one of the owners was an interior designer. And I worked with her a little bit, and I got to do a couple of little things. And just the more that I did it, the more I just didn't want to do it. I just lost the desire and the urge for it. And then we got pregnant with Griffin, and
all of our worlds changed.
Yeah. And so it was just one thing led to another, and I just never had the desire to go, honestly. Once Andrew came into my life, everything changed. So, and I don't regret that. Not one single solitary bit do I regret not going to college.
And I'll lead in with a little bit of my story and tie it into what did you do before starting the Celebration Company. Kim Steed or Stead, I'm not sure how you say that, asked that question. When I was in high school, I did not go to college either. When I was in high school, I developed a passion for journalism and graphic design. I worked on both the newspaper staff and the yearbook staff. And so I got pregnant right out of high school and married my husband, who I've been married to now for be 42 years here coming in October. Got a job right out of high school at our local newspaper. And I learned so much doing that job on both sides of the coin, journalism and graphic design. And so it paired really well for me and what I enjoy doing. And I did not have to go to college to get the training that I needed. I am self-taught pretty much. I learned how to do graphic design on Macintosh using Adobe software and just continued to fall in love with it as I learned. And since I had a family, a young family, we had Kayla about 5.5 years after we had Adam, it just wasn't the right time for me to go to school. Then when I left there, I got another job where I was in charge of creating catalogs. It was a retail company, and I learned how to create large format catalogs with product and did advertising and website. And all of that just prepared me for what I'm doing now for the Celebration Company, because I'm still utilizing the same skills that I have been nurturing since I was 18, 17 years old. Mm-hmm. And so I love the way God, we can't see it as it's happening, but how he lays out a plan for us that we have no clue what's going to happen. And just block by brick by block, we get to go through this journey based on what he has planned for us. We just have to be willing to see it mm-hmm. and take that step forward, even though often it's very, very fearful to do it.
Right.
Very fearful.
Someone asked if we worked full-time jobs when we started the Celebration Company, and no, we did not. Neither one of us did. So that made it easier for us to do that. I have not worked a full-time job in 11 years.
And I did not know what it was like to not work a full-time job, because I had been doing that since right out of high school. Mm-hmm. So when I did quit my job in 2020, I went through quite a long period of grief and guilt, trying to figure out, oh my goodness, I don't have to get up and go to a job today. It was a shock to my system, and it took me a while to work through that. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, I'm over this. I'm ready to plug in 100% to the Celebration Company. Kayla can tell you, it took me a while. You know, I wanted to do it. I knew that it was the right thing, but I definitely went through a grieving period and a period of almost enjoying not having to be somewhere every day and not wanting to work.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
How did your mama lose so much weight?
Oh my goodness.
You look awesome, both of you.
Well, thank you. Mine has been a journey as well. I look back at pictures of in 2000, during the pandemic, I picked up quite a bit of weight. And I think probably all of us did. A good majority of us probably did. And I don't really know. It's just been a journey. I've not lost it all in a short period of time. I've been at this for 5 years now, and it's just little by little coming off. And it's just a matter of watching my sugar intake. I still eat sugar, but not like I was. And decreasing my portion sizes. I've not done anything drastic other than being mindful of mm-hmm. it. And little by little, and it might be an ounce, 2 ounces a week, but little by little it adds up, mm-hmm. you know, and I'm not focused on, I've got to get down to this weight by this time.
Right.
I haven't done that. Yeah. But I've looked back at pictures like our very first CIB. Uh-huh. I was amazed at how big I was.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, it's crazy to me.
She's just doing it real slowly, and
So-
honestly, that's a little bit better because it makes it easier for her to keep it off.
Yeah, I've lost about 35 pounds all total, and since 2021 probably.
So someone asked, did you always craft, and what crafts did you start with? Yes, we have both always crafted. It's in our blood. I grew up with, my mom and my granny crafting and making things. And so it just all kind of fell over onto me. And so I have always enjoyed, making things and doing DIY projects and stuff like that.
Even as a little girl, she was not into the watching TV, playing electronic games. That was never her thing. She was into creativity, whether it was inside or outside. She loved being art, being creative, doing things creative outside, using her imagination. That's just who she was, and she didn't need to be entertained.
Yeah. And I started with DIY crafting, or Dollar Tree projects is what we started with. I didn't have any money to put into this when we first started. And so I'd go to Dollar Tree and I'd buy a few things, and I didn't have a lot to work with, and we just made do with what we had. And, I crafted with Dollar Tree
She
stuff.
has the best of me and her dad and her granny and my dad, I think, because and probably my mom. My mom died when I was 8, so she was very creative as well. She could sew. She was a fabulous seamstress. But Kayla has got the ability, and I don't have this, to problem solve crafts. More on the construction side of it, the engineer side of it, the woodworking side of it, what I'm trying to say. She can look at things and be able to figure out how to engineer something.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just cut and paste that she can do and paint. It's deeper than that. And I don't have that side at all. Matter of fact, I'm going to go about it the absolute hardest way possible to make something work. And she'll be like, Mom, why don't you just do this? And I'm like, really? Why didn't I see that?
She does. Sometimes I'm like, I don't understand why you're doing it this way.
I don't either.
So someone asked, how did you come up with the name, or who came up with the name? So years ago, when Griffin was a baby, I was living with mom. We lived with mom and dad for 2 years. We moved back from Ohio when Griffin was 6 months old, and we moved in with them in order to save up to buy this house. And so while we were living there,
And because I had a brand new grandson, it was really not a sacrifice.
So we, at that point, because I had a young child, all of these Pinterest parties were very popular at the time. And so we decided to go into business to make these parties in a box. And I did all of the creative things and made like banners and centerpieces and all this stuff. And mom designed invitations, and like we just put all this stuff together. And the idea was people could rent it from us. Well, at the time, mom was still working full time. She had no time to give. And I didn't have a clue.
Well,
and so
and you had a baby.
Yeah.
You were living in this house by that point, but you still had a husband and a baby and life.
So, but anyways, we named that company the Celebration Company. And it comes from the verse in scripture that says, I will celebrate before the Lord, or I will dance before the Lord. And so that's where it came from. And so when we started this, we looked for a name, and we just kept coming back to the Celebration Company. We just loved that name. We couldn't get past it. And I said, it doesn't have to be parties, because we can celebrate all
Everything.
things. We can celebrate our love of crafting. We can celebrate our love of having parties, and because we do that, you know,
celebrate our love for our Savior.
Yeah. And so that's where the name came from.
Yes. Yeah. You know, the idea is you're supposed to be full of joy. If you are a follower of Jesus Christ, then you have joy in your heart always, whether you're going through good or bad times. And so we're supposed to celebrate in all things. And so it just seemed to stick. You know, we celebrate our craft supplies. We celebrate crafting. We celebrate getting together with our friends. We celebrate cupcakes. We celebrate it all. You know, every single thing that we do is a celebration.
Yep.
And that's what we want to bring to you all.
Right. Someone asked how long. 5 years. That's what we're celebrating this week, is our 5-year anniversary. We actually started in February of 2021.
Yeah.
And there was something else someone asked, and I can't remember what it was now. So we'll keep going and see what else we find.
Yeah, I'm missing comments because Facebook is not right. So.
Oh, someone asked about the studio. Is the studio in the house? Yes. So this is in my basement. If y'all have been reading the emails that Mom has been sending out, then you've heard a little bit about it. But when we started in essentially my attic, which isn't an attic. It's a,
finished room.
And it is a playroom, and always has been for Griffin. It's a large space. I mean, it extends from one side of the house to the other, so it's long. But anyways, that's where we started. I had about a 10 foot by 8 foot area of this attic space on one end.
Wasn't it this?
Yes, I did have this.
We didn't add anything, so this was still her surface.
Yes, I still had this surface,
which she just took old kitchen cabinets, two layers of them, and put something on top of it.
Actually, when I first started, I did not have this surface. I first started, I had that folding table, that craft table that folded up on both sides.
That's right.
And then when we remodeled the kitchen, I took these cabinets and put them together.
She's right.
So anyways, we were in that space. It was hot, very hot. And very cramped. And we worked in that space for several years, about 3 years, I think. And shipped orders out of that space, started the Crafty Kit in that space.
Started our
craft paper in that space.
Started selling products out of that space.
So it became a very cramped, very tight space. And we moved down here to my basement because we ran out of space up there in 2024.
And we were continually encroaching on Griffin's space as well. The poor child was losing his playroom little bits at a time.
Yeah. So now we encroach on Andrew's space and have taken up at least half of this basement, if not more than half of the basement.
Yeah. And we would love to be able to rent a space, but we're just not ready to put our income into that, because we need to put that benefits us more than it benefits you. And so we want to still be able to provide product and, all the things that we need to do to make the things we're doing right now better. I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, if you all have not been, if you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe to the emails. But if you have been a subscriber, then this week I've been sending out emails every day that's explained the history of the Celebration Company. And, there's lots of pictures, and it's a journey. I'm telling you the journey that we've been on since 2021.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in the history, you can find it there.
Somebody asked, how did we come up with the Crafty Kit or the DIY decor box? And there was another part to that question, and I forget what it was. The DIY decor box was born, actually, it was inspired from a friend of ours who is also here local, the Cheerful Baker. Her name's Lauren, and she does the sugar cookies.
Mm.
And we were chatting with her one day, and she was talking about how she 3D prints her cookie cutters. And that just sort of sparked something in me. And I thought, could I use a 3D printer? You know, and it's funny because Andrew had been telling me for several years we need to get one. And I'm like, I don't know what the heck I would do with that. And so, anyways, in talking to her, the concept came to my brain, and it took a little bit to explain it to the other ladies, and explain how it would work. But
I was clueless when she first explained it. I'm like, I don't understand.
And so we just really kind of jumped in head first, not really having a clue what we were doing. We leaned on our friends Lauren and Stacy with the Cheerful Baker, and they helped us a lot get started with figuring out printers and figuring out how to do it all. And yeah,
you know, I think that's a lesson. If you're interested in starting your own business, lean on the people that have skill sets that you can utilize.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody offers to help you, let them help. You know, glean from their knowledge, because it helped us, you know, and you can pat each other's backs, you know, you can scratch each other's backs, I guess is the saying.
Yeah.
So there was a few here. Why did you move from Ohio?
Well, we moved out of, it was never an intention to stay. That was the first job that Andrew was able to get in a good location out of college, and we just had to take it. And so we figured we would stay for a short time and then move back long enough for him to get a little experience under his belt. And so after we had Griffin, 6 months later, he was able to transfer to Lexington, and Berea. I think he transferred straight to Berea.
Yeah. And drove up.
Yeah. And we moved in with Mom and Dad.
And the real truth is, I prayed them back. That's the real truth. Cindy Ruby said it was so much fun to hear Griffin playing in the background and asking his mom questions. I kind of miss those days a little bit, because he has grown so much and changed so much. Used to, as soon as he got home from school, when he knew I was here, he was either upstairs or downstairs, depending upon where we were at that time. And now he goes straight to his room. He does his thing. Now today he came home. I was already here, and I was sitting on the couch, and he came home, and he just immediately wrapped himself around me and laid his head on my shoulder for a good 3 minutes probably. And I'm like, oh.
He loves physical touch.
Let's see. Michelle, I'll tell you how many grandchildren I have. I have one living grandchild, but I have 3 in heaven. My son and his wife have lost 3 babies. Where did you live in Ohio?
We lived in Troy, Ohio, about 30 miles north of Dayton.
Danae, we appreciate you for watching since the very beginning. I know we have a lot of followers that have watched since the very beginning. Like I said in my email, we started in February of 21, and by August, we had 10,000 followers. And that is amazing to us. And I can remember we were on our way home from Anything Goes Trading Company. And literally, we were all on our phones because it was just about to turn over to 10,000. We literally were on our phones watching, waiting. And it did. It hit 10,000 followers almost as soon as we got to Versailles. And it's just been a really cool thing. And to think we're at 112,000 now. I mean, that is so humbling to me. It's just crazy to me that anybody would want to watch us.
I know.
I mean, we are just normal people.
Yes. What's your favorite part of the Celebration Company? Jessalyn says. Mm-hmm. My favorite part is the DIY decor box. That's my most favorite thing that I do. I don't love the 8 p.m. Tutorials necessarily, but I like giving you all the tutorials, and I love the planning and the sourcing, and just coming up with the ideas for it.
And for me, it's the other side. It's the graphic design side. It's the craft paper. It's the website. It's the other thing from the community aspect is loving on you all. I would give you all prizes every single day if I could. I would include a present in
She
every
would.
single one of your
We
boxes.
wouldn't make any
And
money.
we wouldn't make any money. But that is my heart. That is my passion. And I love people. And I think for me, that has been one of the biggest blessings, is just getting to know you all. And even though those of you that I've never met, I feel like I know you, and that to me is just really, really special, that we can know people all across the world, even because we have followers in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just cool. That is
Yeah.
really cool. I know I don't like to come on
Hey,
here and
there's
cry.
Ethel.
Well, hey, Ethel, she's one of our
I haven't seen Ethel in
OGs.
forever. Good to see you,
Good
Ethel.
to see you. I remember teasing Ethel when we first started, and I'd be on a live, and I would tease her about the Ray Stevens song and say, "Look out, Ethel!" But it was too late. She'd already been mooned.
Oh my word.
shoot.
Somebody asked if you like to craft, and that was, I think, what Ethel was responding to.
Okay. I do like to craft. I don't make it a priority, but I do like to craft. I am not Kayla. I can craft, don't get me wrong, but I'm not as good as her. And I can make really nice things, but it takes me a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like crafting live. I'm just being honest. I don't like thinking on the fly. I can get on here, talk to y'all all day long, no problem. I can be here with Kayla and I can paint and do whatever she tells me to do. But I don't, that stresses me out. And so I've pretty much quit doing it, because why do I torture myself that way?
Right. Yeah. We all have our things that we, like to do.
Thank you, Rhonda. It has been difficult losing those babies. 2 of them were natural miscarriages, but one of them was a birth at 24 weeks, and she would actually be about 6 months younger than Griffin had she lived. And so that one was hard, and it's still hard at times. But she would have been 10 years old this March. Griffin is a very loving, confident boy. He's a lot like me with his compassion and his empathy. He just oozes with it. He really, really does. But he is also so much like his daddy. He's a hot mess.
He's a good kid. He really is a good kid, and we're so proud of him. He's been running track, and he's had one of the coaches brag on him, which makes my heart, happy. He jumped in last night and did the 4x4, which he had never done at a track meet.
Now, what does that mean?
It's 4 runners, 400 meters each,
And they
pass
off the baton.
Yeah.
He's 10, Teresa.
Yeah.
He'll be 11 in November.
And he even had a situation with some friends at school recently. He wasn't involved in it, but there was some things that happened with some friends, and one of the friends' parents called us. They wanted to talk to Griffin to hear what actually happened.
Oh.
And I told her, I said, it makes my heart happy that you want to call because you feel like you're going to get the truth out of Griffin. I said, there is a negative side to it. I was like, so make sure you don't say anything to your kids that you talk to Griffin. But Do you like doing this all the time, or do you get tired of it? Sandy, I have my moments. I like doing it. I don't dread necessarily coming to work. There are some days that I don't want to go live. I will be honest. I've been doing this for 5 years, every day for 5 years. And so there are some days that don't want to. I just don't
But
want to.
I'm sure anybody that is on a public platform, be it social media, a news anchor, an actor, they don't want to do it, because it does. I'm sure there are times that they really don't want to do that day.
Mhm.
Just like in any job, there's areas that, well, I just really don't want to do that today.
Yeah.
But when it's your job, you don't really get that luxury. Now with Kayla, she owns her own business. Therefore, if she truly didn't want to go live, maybe one day a week, she wouldn't have to.
I mean, I don't love the content creation part of this job. That's my least favorite part. I love all the other things that I do. I like the creating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to edit videos. I don't like coming up with the content. I don't know. That is not the part that I love. I don't mind going live.
Mm-hmm.
If one of these days I could hire somebody to create the content, I'd still go live and I'd do the crafting, but they'd take care of all the content. You know what I mean? So that part I do sometimes get sick of. And the thing about it is that with this world, the content is so important.
Yes.
And it's a struggle for me. It is a struggle. Now, I love giving you all great products to shop from.
Yeah.
And I love giving you wonderful DIY decor boxes and beautiful craft paper every month and, making a craft and all of that. But yeah, it's the content part I don't like.
We both have parts of our jobs that, we don't like every day, but that's with any job,
Mm-hmm.
and you're never going to find a job that you can say, I love 100% of every single thing that I have to do and that I'm responsible for. And if you are that person, then I want to meet you.
Well, or if you've just done such a great job at building your business that you've been able to bring in other people to do the jobs you don't want to do,
Yes.
and I hope to be there someday.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Lynn. I do love doing floral arrangements. That is probably my best skill. Rosemary Reese says she was watching 2 other crafters before you started, but now I only watch you.
Oh, thank you, Rosemary. That's so sweet.
I do want to say that Kayla and I are the ones that are in your all's face all the time, especially Kayla. But there is a lot of work that goes on behind that camera that you all don't see. And I just have to give a shout out to those people that make the Celebration Company work, because if it were not for our team, we would not be, or if we were, it would be a very, very small scale of the Celebration Company. There's just no way. And Trisha has been here since pretty much day one, and she does so much. She does all the shipping. She keeps all these products organized and in check. She's the one that responds to all of your communication. She's the one that does the verse of the days and the weekend review. And she helps with packaging, and she's Kayla's right arm. She's the one that if Kayla needs something specific done, she hollers at Trisha usually. Patty is my right arm. She came along a few years later when she moved back from San Francisco, and she has taken over all of the marketing side, which has been the biggest blessing to me, because I could not do it and everything else that I'm responsible for well. I just couldn't. There was too many things in my basket. And so she has taken that over, and she does all the emails and the text messages and Facebook ads. In addition to research and development, she helps us with products that we buy and brand and just tons of stuff. Both Trisha and Patty. And then we have Annette, who is the one who primarily packages your pieces for the DIY decor box. And then she labels all of our sanders and boxes all those up. Any kind of packaging, anything that needs to be done, that's just one of those things. Annette's the one that's doing it. But Annette also is the one who, and I'm not saying the other girls don't do this, but I notice it a lot with Annette. She's the one that if you say, oh, I don't have such and such, she goes and gets it for you. If I need a table moved, she jumps right in there and helps me move it. If you can't find something, she goes and finds it. You know, she stops what she's doing and she goes. And you don't have to ask.
Yeah.
She just does it.
Yeah.
And so those three women are
Awesome.
essential to this business.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are essential.
Could not do it without them for
No, we
sure.
could not.
We know we are way behind.
Yes, we are.
So I don't know.
There's just no way to keep up with everything. We absolutely have a great team. Yes, thanks to Annette too. All of our team is just the best.
Lisa says she's been to both CIBs and she loved them. Also, we had a couple of people say they'd love for us to have a retreat in California. Retreats are one of those things. You know, we don't know what's going to come. We'll see how this next one goes. The first two, I got very gun shy with it because it just was so much work. And to be perfectly frank, in the end, it wasn't very much payoff at all. Not financially, monetarily, it was not.
We did not make money.
A blast. We loved every second of it. We had a wonderful time. It was wonderful meeting everybody
Yes.
and hanging out with everyone. But monetarily, it was not much of a payoff. And so we've just been gun shy. I have been very gun shy about it. So we do have another one in the works. Of course, it's here in Kentucky, in Lexington, next year, next April. And you know, we'll see how that goes. And if we can get to a point where we can crack a code, you know what I mean? Where it's like
a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. Where we know exactly.
And we can replicate
and we're,
every year.
Yeah. We're able to easily duplicate, knowing that we can sell so many tickets and, you know, just have a repeat venue and all the things, then maybe eventually it'll be easier to take it out of the state. But for right now,
I mean, we took time off because we realized it took so much time and energy and money to put the Celebration in the Bluegrass on, which then took away all those things from our everyday operation. Mm-hmm. And it was very difficult. I mean, at the end of the day, we're two women with families and other responsibilities, and it was very difficult to get everything done. And so when you're in the midst of planning this big event for dozens of people, something else has to go to the wayside based on the way we were doing it.
Right.
Now we are going to have to go up in our price because we can't do it all. We just can't. Right. And so we have to have help. We have to pay people to do things. And so that's just a little history on that.
Yep. When you do a retreat like, oh shoot, I started reading it and then when you do a retreat like you're going to be doing in the future, do you guys get paid as presenters to do that? And do you have to pay ETC? So if we'll be hosting the retreat, so it'll be our retreat, and then we will have presenters come, and we will pay those presenters, and they will not have to pay to come to the retreat. If they want to participate in the crafting and all of that, then they will.
They don't have to pay an admission fee, but
right.
if anybody is on here listening and is interested in being a presenter, send us a message. We have not selected who those people are yet, but you would still have to pay for your hotel and your transportation. You would not have to pay for your food that is provided during the 2 days of the actual retreat. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear. But we pay for the supplies that the presenter, and then they get so much per person that we pay them. But they don't have to pay an admission.
Right. All right. So it's 3:45. We've been chatting for 45 minutes now.
Missed anything that just came in?
I'm sure we've missed lots of things. Yes. We're not going to be able to get to all of it.
I know. But Dina is one that we do plan to. I think she's already said she would come. So she is definitely on the list.
Yes. But we've got to start wrapping this thing up because I need to be off of here by 4 o'clock. So let's go ahead and pick our grand prize winner. You can keep those comments coming because we're still going to give away another prize at the end of this live, okay? So the grand prize winner was all of the people from Monday to last night at 11:59 p.m. who placed an order of $10 or more. Those people received one entry for every $10 that they spent. And so we have got all of them in here into Wheel of Names, and we're going to pick a name here in a minute. Those people, or whoever wins, gets to choose from 3 different prizes. So whenever that person is chosen, that person needs to send us a message and let us know which prize they would like. And that person can choose from a HP inkjet printer and a 6-month craft paper subscription, the Fiskars rotary paper cutter and a 6-month craft paper subscription, or the 36 by 24 inch glass craft mat that I use here every day. All right. Those are the options for our winner. So are y'all ready?
So Patty has made a report. She made a report. She exported everybody's names, and we have loaded them into a wheel of names. And when Kayla gets ready to spin it, well, you can show them what it looks like now.
All right. So here it is.
That's what it looks like.
So here we go. We're going to click it to spin. Let's see who wins. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The winner is Jackie Holt. Congratulations, Jackie.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
We have a winner, it says.
Congrats, Jackie. Okay.
Let us know what you want. Was she on today?
I don't know if I saw her or not. So we can, of course, message her.
Yes.
If not.
Thank you all so much for supporting our business this week, for celebrating with us this week, for placing your orders, for commenting, for everything, for sharing, celebrating all the things that you've done, not just this week, but the past 5 years. Honestly, we would not be here if it weren't for you. I know I sound like I'm giving a Grammy speech, but it's true. It is so true.
So remember that you can continue to order throughout the weekend and receive your mug cake. If you spend $21, you get your mug cake for free. And then you can also get $5 off when you spend $21. Okay. So you have that through the weekend, through Sunday night, I suppose, unless Mom chooses to extend it.
Yes. I do want to say something that Patty actually discovered it last night. I hate to be a downer, but it's a good time to bring it up. We realized that there was a glitch in the system, and so several people that placed an order did not get their $5 off. So we will be issuing $5 refunds to all of you who did not get that. I hope to get that done this weekend. So it'll take a few days for that to occur. But I just wanted to let you know that that did happen and that we are aware of it now.
Very good. All right, so we are going to now do our other giveaway. I'm going to show this.
So this is our very own glue gun that we designed and had manufactured. So you're going to get a glue gun, you're going to get a 10-pack of glue sticks, the long ones, and you're going to get a silicone mat to work on. So you get all three of these items.
So this is the last giveaway for our 5th birthday celebration. Okay, the last one.
Last but not least.
Yep, we're getting all the comments pulled up right now, and then this system is going to pick one comment out of all of these 942 comments.
942.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Where's mine? There it is. All right. So here we go. Okay. I'm going to click right over here. And our winner is Danae Harley.
Yay!
Congratulations, Danae.
Congratulations.
Let's see here. Let me get my
Oh,
little note tray here so I can make a note. Danae Harley, glue gun, Jackie Holt, pick me, Cranbrides. All right, y'all. So that's everything. Congratulations. This has been a fun week.
it has been a fun week.
We're so glad y'all joined us this week. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you for participating.
And let the record show I've been on how many lives this week?
A lot.
Yeah.
4.
Your all Cindy cup should be full.
She says I'm good for another couple of months.
No, I'm not saying that. But thank you all for blessing us. We hope we blessed you all and hope that y'all have a fabulous weekend.
Yes, definitely. And we'll see you all next week. Make sure if you are a winner that you've messaged us
Yes.
your mailing address so that we can get your prizes to you. And Jackie, if you're watching, send us what you would like, what your choice is.
Yay.
Otherwise, we'll reach out to you, girlfriend. All right, y'all. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.